Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And bad news for Tumbl animation people. It seems like everything is changing. Everything is being upended. There are more cartoon shows disappearing from streaming and physical from Cartoon Network.
That's what's weird. I'm like, you can still keep it on streaming, but they're taking it off there too.
Yeah, so they're just washing their hands of it. Basically what's going on, and we're seeing a massive change at Netflix now. We're seeing a massive change at Cartoon Network. Remember, Cartoon Network shut their studio down, the building. They moved out of it or stopped leasing it, and that was a huge deal. So it just shows that like this era of animation is over. This, whatever you want to call it, the Tumblr era, the webcomic era. A lot of people refer to this as like the quote-unquote golden age of cartoons. And
wasn't the golden age of cartoons when they were out originally before they rebooted them all?
Yeah, I think so. But we're seeing all this come to an end, right? So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
If you do like cartoons, animation, and comic books, go out to shop Clownfish.com. Check out Shadowbinders Volume 3 on pre-order. Doesn't ship until next year. We're still working on it, but we are bringing Shadowbinders back after 10 years, a 10-year hiatus.
Book 1 and 2 is also available in limited quantities.
Limited quantities of book 1 and 2. We'll probably go back to press at some point with that, but I don't know when. So you can check that out. ShopClownfish.com. There's a link. Link in the description, link in the comments. So I have to give a hat tip to Black Sage D, who put this on my radar, that, Entertainment World News said several Cartoon Network programs are in the process of being removed from digital platforms, and that means that you're not going to get physical copies of them either.
So they're not just taking them off of like Cartoon Network and things like that online. You're not even going to be able to get physical ones.
My understanding is, they're getting rid of the physical too. So
a lot of places are getting rid of physical.
Go get the physical discs now while you can, because it seems like they're just taking the right down. Victor and Valentino, the Fungies, Tig and Seek, OKKO, which surprises me because that was actually kind of popular, I guess. And Infinity Train, which we knew about Infinity Train. We knew Infinity Train was destined for the chopping block, but there are more shows being written off, and they're all like Cartoon Network shows from the last like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, Infinity Train and OKKO surprised me. The rest of them, not so much, but those two did surprise me.
So this article is on comicbook.com. Megan Peters, who covers anime, covered it. They're talking about how HBO Max culled animation not long after Warner Brothers and Discovery merged, and it seems that they're doing it again. The whole thing came to light on social media as fans noticed some digital platforms were losing access to Warner Brothers.
Okay, so it was the fans that caught it. Like they weren't announcing it; they were just trying to secretly, to quietly, just
Well, and I'm going to go out to the quote tweets because apparently some of the people that worked on these shows didn't know they were getting gone either. Right?
But it is true, though. It wasn't just that they thought this; it's actually being confirmed that that's what they're doing. Okay.
Projects like Infinity Train and OKKO are starting to disappear from online libraries. According to netizens, the following shows have been impacted in some way by new library restrictions. And these are probably ones they took write-downs on. OKKO, Close Enough, which...
Let's Be Heroes, Big and Seek.
That surprises me. Close Enough was an original, HBO Max original.
Well, a lot of these are originals, but
Yeah. Where you can watch shows online, your options are dwindling. Of course, the most surefire way is by buying physical DVDs and Blu-rays.
Well, that is your most surefire way anyway. Because,
for now.
Well, yeah, I was saying for now because they're going to start going digital. But the thing is, if you can get those, then you can get them without being changed or things being cut out, and stuff like that. Because when they bring them back digitally, a lot of times they make changes or...
That's the best way, honestly. If you are a fan of a show, the best way to have it intact is to buy the physical copy. Like I'm a huge fan of Northern Exposure, but I had to get the UK version on DVD of Northern Exposure because the American version, they cut all the songs.
Yeah, but that's because of like a copyright issues.
Yeah, but the UK version has all the songs intact. So because it adds to the show. It's a huge deal if you watch a show, the soundtrack, meshes up. Anyway, they said that some of the shows weren't fully available on DVD or Blu-ray anyway.
Oh yeah, most of them probably weren't.
Including OKKO. There's still some streaming options available for the shows, so fans can breathe somewhat easily for now. So they're still streaming, but buying them digitally is usually a precursor to them getting removed.
But they're limiting
entirely.
though, like where some of them are and things like that. So yeah, when we were kids, what do? Okay, no problem. You take your VHS tape and you tape it. Well, you really can't do that as much like you used to and stuff.
Now
DVR, but if it goes off, you might lose it.
So what I could see them doing if they actually cared to preserve these shows is do like Warner Brothers does with, the shows don't have a lot of demand, like Dark Water and some of the Hanna-Barbera stuff where they do discs, made to order.
I was gonna say on print on demand discs.
Print on demand, pretty much. Yeah,
they do that with some old like Disney stuff too, like Child of Glass and things like that. You could get it that way.
Yeah, so there are people that actually worked on these shows. They're like, what the hell's going on? This is Lindsay, available for work. I don't understand why this is happening. I'm proud of our work on Infinity Train, trying to hold out hope it's because they're going to license these shows to another platform. I don't know.
Well, that's also a possibility, but I don't know. I thought they already wrote that one off.
Yeah.
Infinity Train was already written off, I thought.
Yeah, they already did. They said that they were going to stop doing this. And of course they lied. Of course they did. They don't care. Look, these shows don't have a lot of return on investment. That's not to speak. I want to be clear. That's not to disparage the shows. It's not to say the shows aren't good shows. I actually personally think Infinity Train was pretty good. But that being said, there's not a lot of return on investment. Animation is incredibly expensive. And unless you have some kind of a merchandise tie-in, you're not going to make your money back.
Well, let's hope if they are just getting rid of them and they're not like selling them to somebody else, that maybe they'll let the creators find a way to get it back. Because they've done it in the past. They usually have to buy it back. But maybe some of these creators can get their property back.
I know the creators of Megas XLR talked to Cartoon Network about buying it back. And that's another thing too. People don't realize like these showrunners sold their, like Rebecca Sugar does not own Steven Universe. They technically Cartoon Network, to the best of my knowledge, unless she's got a damn good deal. But to the best of my knowledge, Cartoon Network could reboot Steven Universe without Rebecca Sugar. And they probably will at some point in time. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Give it another 10 years.
Give it another 10 years.
For that decade, and then they will.
I can't wait until he's like just some like badass, super masculine, hyper masculine,
I know, right?
gun toting, cigar chomping motherfucker.
And he's orange with blonde hair.
Yeah, wearing sandals and
Then they'll be like, "Oh my God, you're ruining my childhood. It's not for you, I guess. Don't watch it then."
Modernized for modern audiences, right? We got to get rid of the ukulele. He plays an electric guitar now. And he's just a badass, and he has lots and lots of hetero sex. That's
what?
Because Steven Universe.
That's what you want in a kid's show.
And yeah, because Greg gave him the van, and he's like, we're gonna make him like 25 now.
But it's for kids. Wink.
Wink. It's for kids.
It's gonna be my own way for my work through my issues as my childhood issues.
And he loves when those bitches fuse. He likes to watch. Steven Universe and his band of bitches. That's what it'll be called.
They said, okay, KO and Infinity Train really are being wiped from legal existence.
Yes. Actual hell on earth. Okay, so here, look.
That's not hell on earth, but okay.
I know people accuse us of getting really wrapped up in it. No, they get mad that we get mad about their cartoon shows, but when they get mad about their cartoon shows, it's totally fine.
A fan campaign to get Infinity Train renewed outtrended the NFL draft a few years ago. What, for like 5 minutes? Bullshit that it legitimately outtrended the NFL draft. I don't buy that for 1 minute. I think you and a bunch of your alt accounts tried to make it appear that it outtrended. But I don't think it legitimately outtrended the NFL draft.
I can see this happening to other shows like The Owl House. I can see this happening eventually when DreamWorks, if DreamWorks loses the rights to She-Ra. I can see this happening. At the end of the day, these cartoon shows aren't that important to these studios.
Well, the fact that these people are like, it's literal hell on earth tells you everything you need to know about these people.
With everything going on in the world right now, I think other people have it a lot worse. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah. They said that there was an HBO Max exclusive and they got rid of that. Close Enough. They actually sent us, back when they liked us, Warner Brothers sent us a box for Close Enough when it premiered, and it was really awesome and appreciated, by the way, but I'm sure those people are fired by now. But yeah, they don't care. Everybody's streaming on Hulu while you can. That's the problem with streaming.
I need emotional support right now. I'm feeling the S word right now due to all that's been going on in the world right now. On top of that, all I ever wanted out of Hollywood was to see Cartoon Network and Disney TV on the big screen. It's never happening now.
No.
I'm like, okay, emotional support thing going on in the world right now, I kind of understand. But like, big picture here.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. With everything going on in the world right now, your cartoon show is not really a priority.
Well, you don't get to me, though.
I'm just saying.
I need to see this because this is what I need to see to be distracted from everything going on in the world right now, right? That's what they're arguing.
Right.
Meanwhile, when people are tired of having agenda and politics shoved into every entertainment ever, and they complain about it because they want to go to the theater just to watch some entertainment that isn't ham-fisted and annoying because they want to escape from what's going on in their lives, you guys all dogpile them and tell them they're a bunch of histophobic assholes. But when you're upset and want escapism, well, that's completely okay.
Yeah, so this is on top of everything else. So not only are they still purging cartoon shows, right? Okay. Netflix is laying people off in animation after making such a big deal about animation's the future. This is what we're going to do. Everybody's going to be able to work from home.
They're going to do it, but they're going to do it by hiring other places to do the animation for them.
People they love, like John Lasseter, but John Lasseter made Disney a lot of money back in the day. So
go back to the tweets you're looking at here in a minute. Now I want to point out that one person says you still can watch OKKO on YouTube. Infinity Train and V&V returned to YouTube, and KO is still on Hulu. So if those are things you want to watch, you can still see those shows there right now. So it's not completely gone, and it might never be completely gone. It might just be people panicking prematurely. We don't know.
Holy hell.
But I'm just saying, what the over a cartoon? You think this is surprising? I am not surprised. You should see the shit we get telling our kids that our kids should kill themselves because we didn't like fucking She-Ra. Oh, there's a comma there because, I didn't like the fucking She-Ra either. But apparently because I don't like the new She-Ra, I wanted to fuck her and I wanted to fap to her and I'm mad I couldn't.
Wait, you did? Do we have to have a conversation about
I'm
that?
just saying that's what okay. Apparently I'm a man.
She's only 16, She was 25 originally, and now she's only 16.
Yeah, you don't know how bad I want to shoot somebody in the head.
Wow.
Over cartoons.
Well, this person should be canceled anyway because spooky, right? Holy hell. Yeah, Warner Bros. Like, oh my God, guys. I just want to set out the Clownfish was right jar for a second. Hashtag Clownfish was right. Cartoon Network is probably toast. Animation Twitter is angry.
Over a year ago.
And
I know we've mentioned it, but prior to that, before
several times, because we had insiders. We had insiders come to us saying, "Hey, Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll are not important to Warner Brothers."
Oh, you can't say these things. And then we also were telling you guys that stuff like, Rooster Teeth was going down the drain for years too. And we had people working there were coming to us about the stuff that was going on down there. And you're like, oh no. And then you get all these people coming after you because how dare you, this is the mental capacity of these people like in those tweets. Literally, we should shoot somebody in the head because I'm not getting my cartoon. I'm going to go, trash talk people all over the place because I'm not getting my cartoon. And it's like, because they said it's going to end and I don't want to hear it. Well, not wanting to hear something doesn't mean it's not true. Okay? Yeah. Put your big boy, girl, they, them, ZZer panties on.
ZZer panties.
And put them on, take your diaper off, get your thumb out of your mouth and put your pants on and act like a fucking adult.
Get your thumb out of your ass. Wait. I took that to another place.
I'm just like, because you're all like, all these people that are out there like losing their shit and screeching and acting like this are adults. Now, look, we don't know that everything's been completely taken off. It sounds like some things are still available. So it's not gone yet. Do I think it's right that when they have this already made to take it all away? No, but they own it and they can do that if they want to.
That
is the problem. There's something you can do about it. I'm sorry. But you know what? For those shows are gone, there might be some new ones you like instead.
Well, we're used to it. We are used to it. A lot of the shows that we grew up with, it took years for them to make their way to media. And back in the day, the show would air and then it would disappear and you might get a handful of VHS tapes or something, but never the whole thing.
Gem on DVD, they were selling for like hundreds of dollars a set because you couldn't find them. Luckily, I found some, but you couldn't find them. People wanted it, and they couldn't get it. And now they just redo it 100 times and ruin it anyway. It's just, I don't know what to tell you.
Warner Brothers continuing to make it awful for everyone wanting to watch things.
Yeah, and you look at Avatar, tell me all I need to know.
History repeats itself. They're gonna They're going to make August 2022 repeat itself over and over and over and over and over again. Gross. Even Close Enough. Close Enough surprised me because that was actually an HBO Max original. But again, they look at it, and this is the thing. They don't care about your feelings. The bean counters at every company, even the ones that pretend to care about your feelings, they don't care. They look at it and they're like, is this show worth more to us as a tax write-off than it is being on the platform? Do we have to keep paying residuals or whatever? Can we just take the L and try to claw back some of our money? And this happened with Disney Plus too. Willow. How many months was Willow on? They're like,
it was 6 months total.
6 months total. And they're like, yeah, this is not making us any money. It's actually costing us money to leave it on here.
What it's telling me is no one's watching this stuff. They don't have enough eyeballs. It's not driving revenue. It's not doing it. If they were smart, what they would do is they would make it look like they're pulling them so everybody freaks out, then release DVD versions of them, actual physical copies of them. They probably make a whole bunch of money. Well, they make a little bit of money by the people that actually watch it and are bitching on Twitter. And then, they could cash out. Then they get rid of it. At least they could take some money on the way out.
Yeah. So this is the cold, hard reality for animation Twitter. A lot of people on the animation Twitter do not work in the industry. They want to work in the industry, and they've got this really naive take on it. They think that, golly gee, I'm going to write my, and they were led to believe this by people that were throwing money at stupid projects, but they think they can just take their OCs and their fanfics and they can go get millions of dollars and make a cartoon show basically for them and their friends and for Twitter.
Or they get custody, over custodianship over an IP and then destroy it as they make fanfics for them and their friends. Funny though, I was going to mention, I see people mentioning that they're going to go on strike next year for the animation union. On the tweets you're posting?
Oh, yeah.
So that's coming in 2024. They're going to go on strike too, apparently.
Well,
good luck with that.
The studios are going to do.
They're doing it. They're preemptively cutting it.
Yes.
This is why they're preemptively cutting it.
They're like, this shit doesn't make us money anyway. It doesn't make us money.
And these people are the ones that demand the moon.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't make us money. So we're going to cut it loose and we'll just go get anime. No strings attached. And most of those creators, they're not out there on social media causing us problems. We don't have to deal with angry parents because it's anime and it's just like, yeah, it's weird. We already know. But they don't have to deal with it. So really the only shows that are going to get greenlit, Western shows that are going to get greenlit, I think are going to be like toddler shows because they can sell toys. How many damn Paw Patrols and PJ Masks and Coco Melons and, Peppa Pigs do you need? But that's what sells because that's you bust on the 80s. You can keep dunking on the 80s all you want. But those shows actually held up for decades.
Well, you have to look at it too, though. Like Disney and Universal and things like that. They're looking at IP not just for, putting movies and stuff out, but they're looking for it to take to the theme parks and for toys and things like that.
That's what I was going to say.
It has to have multiple purpose. They have to make money off of it. If they're not going to make a money, it's not going to have mass appeal. They're not going to waste their time on it.
Why are they still making Transformers cartoons and they're still bringing My Little Pony back again and again?
They really need to stop bringing My Little Pony back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you can laugh at the 80s all you want. You can say they're glorified toy commercials, but what kept those shows on the air were the toy sales. Mm-hmm. And what keeps the IP relevant now, the reason you have Netflix She-Ra is because it was a toy-based line.
Oh, because it was popular. It kept alive for years for other people that you shit on. But yeah, a lot of these places that have theme parks and other kinds of things and toys and all that, they're looking for things that are going to be across the board. They can make video games of it. They can do that, and people are going to buy it. They're not buying this stuff. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not good. It just means that it's not mass appeal, and they need more mass appeal. And then they have to make room for things and put energy into things that they're going to make money on. So I don't know what to tell you. That's the way the business works. And I think we're going to see a lot more cuts in animation because now they're going to probably strike next year. So can we wrap this up?
We're wrapping this up.
Fuck off and die. Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
This is the kind of stuff we get. The stuff that they're putting flat out on Twitter. This is the kind of shit that we get written to us all the time because we don't like She-Ra or whatever.
This probably helps the executives and the showrunner, whoever, make the decisions to pull the plug on this stuff because they're like, you know what? Not only do we have shows that are not performing, but the audience we have is effing toxic. And if you do something they don't like, they're going to write you, threaten you, dox you. So
with their $100 accounts.
With their $100 accounts.
We were trending more than the NFL draft.
So let's just wash our hands of it. let them scream, and then just go get more anime because it's cheaper. And we don't have to deal with this shit. That's what they're looking at. And I hate to be the guy that tells you that.
We just tell them the truth and they get pissed. And then it comes to pass and they're like, well, they're just liars. They're never right. It's like, bitch, please, we are right most of the time. We are not 100% right, but we have a really high accuracy. So fuck off.
Yeah.
And have a nice day.
Have a nice day, guys.